This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. Real stories, zero fluff, battle tested wisdom, straight from the mess to the dead plates. If you're tired of silence, the politicking, and leadership cliches, you're in the right place. Welcome to Culture Keeper. Welcome back to Culture Keeper, the podcast that bridges the gap between junior sailors and senior leaders. I'm Jessica Hardemon. Today, I want to speak to my E-4s out there because that rank, third class petty officer, can be the loneliest place in the Navy. It's like you've been in long enough to know how things should work, but you don't always have the influence to make it happen. It's like you're stuck in the middle, too senior to be just a blue shirt, but not senior enough to get any real answers. And that's why this episode matters. I am giving you 3 things I wish someone had drilled into me back then, which is clarity, consistency, and credibility. Now, these aren't buzzwords. They're the difference between being overlooked and being trusted. Now, by the end of this episode, you'll have one tool you can put into practice today to shift how you're seen and how you lead. So we'll start with clarity. I'll never forget, I was a E4, still trying to prove myself. And I was told, you might be on the St. Anchor watch bill. We'll let you know. Well, nobody ever came back to confirm. And I assumed that I wasn't on it, which was a big mistake. Because we were pulled into a port and, I was excited to get out into town and out in those streets. And I did just that. I never did bother to confirm anything. And fast forward, and the St. Anchor brief was due to start. And the last thing that they needed was my signature on a muster sheet, except I wasn't there. 20 people waiting. The CO sitting up front, and over the 1MC goes my name. Dead silence follows right when I hear it. And someone had to leave the room and come hunt me down. And as I walk in late, trying to avoid eye contact, feeling just, oh, damn. The brief that should have started early or on time was now behind schedule, all because I didn't clarify. And here's the thing, assumptions, they don't cover your watch. You do. And it's not just about watch bills. This plays out every day for you as an E4. Your LPO says, hey, get these reports ready for me or this message done for me. And it's like, do you mean like draft format? Do you want me to just print the old one out so you can start from there? Or do you want a final product? Right? Or let's say you're told, be ready for muster or quarters or whatever. Does that mean like, are you supposed to be inspection ready? Are you supposed to have on, a uniform to do dirty work in? Like, or are you just, coming as you are? Or let's say someone says, hey, you know what? I need this done by the end of the week. Is end of the week, I don't know, close the business on Thursday? Is it Friday morning by quarters? Is it Monday? Who knows, right? One assumption, it can waste hours of work. It can wreck first impressions or embarrass you and your team in front of leadership. And when that credibility starts to crack, it can be hard to patch up. And that's exactly why I built the tool called the 3 questions every junior leader should ask. Because credibility, it doesn't die from incompetence. It dies from unclear expectations. And these 3 questions will help save you from being the sailor everyone is waiting on. So here's my challenge for you. The very next time you're tasked, stop and ask, what does done look like? What's the timeline? Who else can help? Don't gamble with trust. Now, let me be clear. It's not just about asking the right questions. You could have all the clarity in the world, and it won't matter if you don't show up the same way every day. And that's where consistency comes in. So as an AIC, deployment, it made me sharp. Every single day I was controlling aircraft,
So the timelines and the tactics and the cadence, like I was rocking and rolling. The reps and sets were happening aplenty. And by the time we hit stride, I could call those twists and turns in my sleep. But when I got home, I kind of slipped into that sustainment lull, right? Training had slowed down a bit. It didn't stop, but it slowed down. Some of the up tempo, it dropped, quite a bit. And I got comfortable. And so the next time I sat in the hot seat, thinking my muscle memory would carry me, I froze. I missed some critical timeline calls. And the E2 pilot is always listening, had to take over. And here's the part that stung. During the debrief, they didn't sugarcoat it. They said, hey, coach, your cadence was off. Your timeline awareness was shaky, which put us behind. In their world, missed calls aren't just mistakes. They're risk. And I knew in that moment, I took a ding at my controller reputation. And that consistency, it isn't built in the surge. It's proven in the lull. And your sailors, they don't need you to be perfect. They just need you to be consistently present, right? So show up for watch on time, every time. Knock out quals on a regular basis, right? Consistently, not just that last minute cram so that you don't go on the dink list. And bring the same energy to sustainment or maintenance, whatever phase you're in, bring the same energy that you bring on deployment because your sailors are watching. And the second that you start slipping, they know. A missed watch relief, a sloppy uniform, one time, you cut corners, like that can outweigh 100 good intentions. And this isn't just about work. Consistency shows up in how you PT, how you handle stress, how you carry yourself day to day. If you're squared away only when someone is watching, you're not consistent. You're just performing. So here's your test this week. Pick one area where you've been sloppy. Maybe it's being early. Maybe it's keeping your uniform ready. Maybe it's actually being locked in during watch or the workday. Fix it. No excuses. Because consistency is how you build a reputation the mess can't ignore. And here's a kicker. You can be clear. You can be consistent. But if your sailors can't trust your word, none of that matters. That's credibility. So as a young chief, and I know young chief isn't considered a junior sailor, what I will say is as a young chief, I was a junior senior leader. That makes sense. So I made one of the dumbest mistakes of my career. And it had nothing to do with watch bills or quals. It was my mouth. We had just gone to River City and the division was buzzing with rumors. Hell, the ship was buzzing with rumors. My Divo and I, we were joking around, talking about the different scuttlebutt rumors and tossing ideas back and forth. I thought it was harmless chatter, just filling dead space. But some of what I had said had truth in it. And worse, there was more behind it than either of us had realized. Word had got out and it spread. And when it reached the mess, it wasn't a joke anymore. And my CMC pulled me in. And I had to stand there and own that I'd let gossip come out of my mouth instead of leadership. And let me tell you, that walk to CMC's office was one of the longest of my career. You see, gossip, it isn't harmless. It's leadership malpractice. And here's the reality. Like, credibility is so fragile. You can spend months building it and lose it in a single careless sentence. Trash talking another division, your sailors will assume you will trash talk them too. Spreading rumors about a command or about the command you're at, He's kind of told everybody that maybe they can't trust you. Dodging ownership of your mistakes, that's credibility bleeding out in real time. You see, credibility is the only currency that spins up and down the chain. Lose it, and you're broke. And this isn't just about gossip, it's about integrity. Credibility means owning your mistakes before someone else has to. It means guarding your words like they matter, because they do. A great eval won't save you if your sailors stop trusting what comes out of your mouth. So take a hard look at your last week. Did your words build credibility or bleed it? Did you gossip? Did you dodge? Did you shade the truth? If so, own it. Fix it. Because once sailors stop trusting you, they stop following you. And when that happens, you're not really leading. You're just showing up. So that's the trifecta. I wish I had locked in when I was an E-4. Clarity, consistency, and credibility. Together, they build trust. Without them, you're invisible. Clarity keeps you from assuming. Consistency keeps you from slipping. And credibility keeps you from breaking trust. And together, they make the difference. So this week, don't try to master all three. Pick one. Clarity, consistency, or credibility. Live it out every single day. Now, by 2000 tonight, I want you to text one of your trusted shipmates which one you're going to lock into. Let them be your accountability buddy. Okay? Or you drop it in our Facebook group, The Mess Behind the Mic. If you don't, then this episode was just noise. Now, if this hit you, share it with one E-4 you believe in. Don't keep it to yourself. This is how we grow. One sailor, one story, one lesson at a time. And if no one has told you today, let me be the first to say, thank you for all that you've done, all that you do, and all that you will do. Until next time, keep the culture. Lead on.
Culture isn't just kept, it's shaped. Every sailor, every day. Keep the culture. Lead on.